You know those commercials where you see a person standing on the edge of a cliff overlooking a gorgeous view and they say, "You only realize how short life is when you are standing on the edge of a cliff," right? Well, sometimes I think we need a little shake-up in our lives to really make us appreciate what matters most. That's what happened to this next gentleman. You'll see why. Meet Gang, a regular guy who lived a regular life with his family in a regular home. You know, the kind of guy you'd probably see at the grocery store buying milk and eggs. One fateful day in 1997, life got turned upside down for this regular guy. On this day, the sun was shining, birds were tweeting, kids were laughing. It was just another typical day. Little did this dad know that this day would be seared into his memory forever. While his son was playing outside, he disappeared. Gone, without a trace. It was as if he vanished into thin air. This dad's whole world crumbled around him. To imagine the despair of losing a child is something I can't fully wrap my head around. But this dad, despite the pain, promised himself he wouldn't give up. He would find his son, and that's when his adventure began. He went to the police. He plastered the town with flyers, knocked on every door, questioned every passerby. Nothing. No sign of his kid. The local police weren't much help. They had seen a lot of cases like this. Tragic cases of children lost to the world. He couldn't just wait around and do nothing, so he did something most of us couldn't even dream of. He mounted a motorbike and rode off, leaving behind the town and his aching heart. Now, you might ask, where did he go? How did he go on? Here's where things get super interesting. This dad took to the roads. His first stop, Guangdong. He rode through the bustling streets, the quiet countryside, past familiar landmarks, all the while calling out his son's name. This dad was a regular guy, a guy who loved his son more than anything else in the world. But when push came to shove, he showed the strength and determination of a superhero. As the weeks turned into months, his quest became his life. Every morning he would wake up before sunrise, stretch his tired muscles, eat a quick breakfast, and hop onto his bike. He rode on, weaving through the crowds, climbing steep hills, crossing roaring rivers. He didn't care about the sweat on his face, the ache in his legs, or the weariness in his bones. His only focus was finding his son. But you know what they say? The road less traveled makes the heart grow fonder. But in this case, it also filled his heart with sorrow. As he crisscrossed the country, he saw countless faces, heard countless stories, and met countless people who shared similar tales of loss and longing. Each story tugged at his heartstrings, reminding him why he was on this journey. Along the way, he wasn't just searching for his son, he was searching for answers. He talked to locals, officials, anyone who could offer a lead, a clue, a whisper, anything. He distributed flyers, showed pictures, described his son. He did everything he could to keep his son's memory alive. Throughout his journey, he slept alongside the road, his body cradled by the rough pavement, the cold wind whispering tales of perseverance. Sometimes strangers offered him food, a warm meal, or a place to rest his weary head, and he cherished every bit of kindness, every smile, every word of encouragement. Now, here's where the story takes a turn. His adventure wasn't just about the physical journey. It was also a journey of self-discovery. This dad pushed through scorching heat, freezing cold downpours and dust storms. He faced flat tires, engine breakdowns and fatigue, but none of this deterred him. He tackled every challenge head-on, proving to himself that he was stronger than the circumstances. In the quiet moments under the vast night sky, he would pull out his son's picture, trace his features, smile at his infectious grin, and remember his tiny hand holding his finger. Those memories fueled his journey, reminding him of the reason he started. Over the years, his quest became a beacon of hope for many. His story touched the hearts of millions who admired his tenacity. People began to call him the never-give-up man. He didn't do it for the fame or the adulation. He did it for his son. His wife, bless her soul, supported him through it all, though she worried constantly for his well-being. She knew his dedication ran deep, and she respected his unwavering commitment. His friends and neighbors rallied around him, offering help, sharing resources, and keeping the hope alive. Despite all the hardships, this dad never lost sight of his goal. He kept going year after year, decade after decade, and guess what? His persistence paid off. After 23 long years of searching, he got a call, a match. A young man in Hunan province had been identified as his son. Can you imagine the surge of emotions, the mix of excitement, disbelief, and overwhelming joy when they finally met? Words cannot describe the scene. Tears flowed, embraces were tight, and stories were exchanged. The missing piece of the puzzle had been found. As time went on, he continued his search tirelessly, covering hundreds of thousands of miles across China. His spirit remained unbroken. He felt a sense of purpose in his journey, a reason to get up each morning and keep going. Then, in 2021, after an incredible 24 years, a breakthrough, he received a call that sent shivers down his spine. The local police in Henan province believed they had found his son. The idea of being so close after all those years brought both hope and trepidation. The moment he saw his son, grown up but still with that familiar twinkle in his eye, the years melted away. It was as if no time had passed at all. He saw the son he had lost and the man his son had become. This dad never gave up. He held on to his promise, his love, and most importantly, his hope. The reunion was nothing short of miraculous. When asked about his journey, he simply sighed, "I just wanted to keep my promise to my son. I never gave up hope." This story isn't just about a father's love. It's about hope, determination, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. It's a testament to the power of love that knows no bounds, and a reminder that hope, no matter how faint, should never be extinguished. His story shook China. His resilience forced authorities to take action. His tenacity prompted changes in policies, making sure no one had to endure what he did. Even after all those years of searching, his love for his son never faded. It only grew stronger. We often talk about parenthood, about the unconditional love between a parent and a child. But this dad took it to a whole new level. He braved the toughest of terrains, faced the harshest of weather, endured the loneliest of nights, all for the chance to be reunited with his son. Now, this story doesn't have a sad ending. The reunion was joyous, heartwarming, and full of hope. But let's take a moment to appreciate the sacrifices he made, the hurdles he jumped over, and the strength he possessed. When we think about this dad, we can't help but wonder, what would we do in his situation? What lengths would we go to for our loved ones? This dad showed us the answer. He showed us that love knows no bounds, and that hope is the fuel that keeps us going. So the next time you find yourself stuck in a rut, remember this dad. Let his story be your inspiration, his resilience, your guide, and his love, your reminder of what truly matters. Do you have a story like this? Please tell us in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button for more amazing videos. See you next time.